Olumide, good to see you. Thanks for finding time to be with me on the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
All right, I'm excited as well. Five-a-side, you know, one of our guests who will be coming on shortly, Bolu, was saying, these athletes we all grew up doing without knowing the rudiments, knowing that there are basics to it, not even knowing that there's a structure to it as well. So I'm going to ask you, how did you get into five-a-side football? I know you're the coordinator of the five-star Premier League. Yes. So how did you get into it? Did you start by playing football, or did you get in through the official, becoming an official? I mean, how did it all start?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. First of all, football is passion for me. I played while growing up, and then it got to a point where we started seeing opportunities, especially for five-a-side. I mean, digressing also to seven-a-side. So it's easier for a group of friends to come together and form football teams. And then also, football players who are talented, especially from the grassroots, there are not a lot of them in the Super Eagles or the other tiers of football. So we decided to take it up a notch and then put a proper structure to it where the chunk of people who could not have opportunities to play can also have a chance with
five-a-side.
And then from there will now be a pilot scheme where they can be showcased. So gradually over the past 5, 6, 7 years, we've been able to create a proper structure, a platform that can showcase all of these players, and some of them are now playing abroad. So it's more of like a getaway to the professional angle.
And some said, like you said, an outlet for passion. You now have some who are maybe part-time footballers, some who know, my leave period is around this time.
Exactly.
Gather some friends.
Yes.
Some of them already keeping fit, looking towards that period when the competitions. But I'm a bit surprised to hear that some of them are even able to take it a step further, going abroad with five-a-side.
Yeah, even there's another player, Onuche. He played in the under-20, was last year, and then he's currently playing with Tunisia. A Tunisia football club as well. So some also in Slovenia, some also in Croatia. So it's been a situation where we needed to package these players, showcase them in the media, do great videos that can attract scouts and agents.
And so five-a-side doesn't actually restrict you. Doesn't mean you can't play the regular...
Exactly. Most of them also still play the 11-a-side football. So most of the football teams now have teams for five-a-side, teams for seven-a-side. And that's where the long-term analysis comes in, where it can be year in, year out.
All right. I know you've been almost everywhere in this country with this five-a-side. You're just done with Abuja, and now you're in Lagos, 16 teams, currently battling it out. So what's it been like? Oh,
it's been tough. Going from one region to the other, and then, like you said, we're in Lagos. I mean, great artistry on the pitch so far. And then we're just looking for one team from each region. Then we now gather them to the national finals. In the previous years, we've played in Ibadan, played in Lagos, but this time around, we're going to Abuja, October 12th. Yes.
Okay, so after Lagos, where next?
We're going to Kaduna, then Kwara. All of them this month and next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
So every team plays how many matches?
Okay, so so there are 2 different groups for 16 teams. So we'll place them in 8 teams per group. For example, in Lagos, there is the mainland conference, there is the highland conference. So the top 4 gets into the next level, and then we get to the last batch. So it's really a tough process to get to that level so that we can get the best from each region. So that's what we're doing as well, replicated in other regions.
I've been to some of these five-a-side tournaments before. It's always very keenly contested. Some of these guys really know themselves. That's one thing I've noticed. And so how do you cope with the issues of registration? How do you cope with all these issues of finger pointing. You know, I know this guy, he wasn't a member of this team, because that's usually what happens. And I like the football, but I also like the drama. It's not always a lot of drama. You see, you can see someone just standing beside you and saying, you know, this one didn't play for them two matches ago. Nice with them now.
Exactly.
So how do you deal with all of those issues?
Okay, so from experience, they say it's the best teacher. So from over the years, we've been able to put proper data analysis. So proper data structure where we keep records of all of these things. And then that's why we're partnered with a data software called all of these things are the results, the fixtures, everything, so you can verify who is playing, who has played, who has not played. We also have transfer windows as well. So I remember last year we had a player sold for like 200,000 naira. So
within Nigeria? Within
the league.
Okay, all right. Probably just one more question for you before we let you go. You said a team will emerge from Lagos.
Yes.
Then you're going to have 6 teams. Or how many teams?
4 teams. So we have 4 regions. Abuja, Lagos, Kwara, and Kaduna. So all of the 4 winners will now come together.
All of the other regions have played. So it's just Lagos left.
Lagos, Kaduna, and Kwara left. We're almost done with Lagos. Then we move to Kaduna and Kwara. They're playing simultaneously. Then we get all of those winners together.
So it's too late for me to gather my friends and register?
Next season.
Has to be next season.
Yes.
Okay, so what should we be expecting as we let you go? What should we be expecting for the final, for the grand final?
Yeah.
Is there anything that's going to be done differently from what we're seeing in Lagos now and what has been done in other places?
To be honest with you, it's just still the same football. I mean, now in a more competitive structure, because there's a whooping cash prize to be won, where everybody now wants to be on their toes to make sure they win that. That's number one. Then number 2, there are a lot of agent scouts who are also looking forward to that final day. They know that they will have accumulated the best players together, so they have to come and see for themselves. And it's also going to be live streamed. Maybe a blend of music, entertainment as well, to just make the whole atmosphere fun fair. So I think that's major things. And we're also looking forward to see that these players are using this opportunity to also live their dreams.
All right. Yeah. I guess that's a good place to leave it. Olumide Aturu, we want to thank you
so much
for your time and wish you all the best
Thank you.
in all that you do. All right,